How do I live my life knowing that this is the world we live in, that we're just not safe?
How can we make this stop?
I didn't know how to navigate that as a trans woman because I never saw that before. Dealing with the press was like terrifying. I was just like, how do I handle this? Do I talk about it? Do I hide it? Like, I don't want to seem like I'm not proud of it, but I also want people to focus on my talent and my music. But it was my fans that really got me to be more vocal about it. What goes through your mind when you see, another person of trans experience that's been a victim of violence?
The first thing I feel is anger, usually. Helpless, too. Like, how do we do something quickly?
Visibility has sort of been at the forefront of informing society that we exist, but along with visibility comes resistance. And there are a lot of trans women out there that are suffering at the hands of that resistance and all these issues that we deal with as a nation in general.
Coming out at the time that I came out, I basically had to be an activist. Either I was gonna continue to get bullied and cry in my room every day I came home from school, or I was gonna be standing in the hallway with a petition, right? I chose to use education as my form of activism to make my school a safer place, which then went to my community, and then I was doing speeches all over the country.
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, because music for me also is something that, like a universal language, that's a really, really strong tool to bring people together from all different walks of life.
I know so many trans women of color that are doing incredible things, but all you see in the media is the devastating news, which we need to see too, but we also need to see success stories, and we need to, people need people to look up to.
Like, social media has really changed the game in so many ways. We have access to information that we normally wouldn't, and people can be vocal and not censored. I think it's important to have these conversations all year round too, not just on this specific day. Have you been to a Tidor event?
Yeah, I've been to several. The first one I went to was actually, I think I was 17 or 18 at the time. But I remember feeling a sense of community because I was surrounded by other trans people for probably the first time in my life. So you do mostly pop, EDM, dance music. How is it in that type of scene?
It's interesting because I started off in hip hop and R&B, which is sort of not a welcoming world for, females in general. I fell into dance music by chance. I did a guest vocal on a record and it took off. And it was exciting, but also terrifying. Would you identify yourself as an activist?
Yeah, I definitely would.
How do you balance the two things? Are they all in one, or?
Sometimes it is difficult to be both. In a way, it's given me more of a platform. Do you consider yourself an activist?
I always feel like just walking out of my door is an act of protest. I identify more as a healer or an advocate, because a lot of my music has to do with love and sexuality. I really want to sort of create a space where people can identify with the struggles of having stigmatized lovers and dealing with not necessarily political stuff, but stuff that people still go through in their daily life and need in order to heal and deal with the rest of the stuff we deal with in society.
I would say that's a form of activism.
Okay, cool.
It's helping the world.
Well, thanks, fine. It was awesome meeting you, getting to know you.
Yeah, it was great to meet you too. I'm glad we got to do this together.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Billboard.